Tim, good afternoon.
Man, it is a great afternoon. What's this good stuff, man? I'm serious. Have you seen the stats, Brian? Dude, the opportunity to buy and sell has never been better, man. I am serious.
Yeah, not so much, Tim. So we've been talking about how this 2026 you said was going to be up like 20 or 50%. I can't
It's
remember.
gonna be
Let me go
amazing
back and
as hell, man.
I'll go back
I
and
am
put the clip in
psyched.
here. But
Yeah,
we got the numbers out of January, and
right.
it's like that. I don't have one. I like to hold up the balloon and let the air out of the balloon. It's not good, man. Not
Come
good at
on, man.
all.
It's not that bad. You can't tell me it's that bad. Come on now. Seriously.
So Calvert down 36.5. Charles down 13.5.
Sure.
Prince
That's
George
for the
is
month
down
of January, right?
21.2. St. Mary's down 9.2. And
So what's that
Anne
tell you,
Arundel
man?
down 14 and a half. So every county around here is all down 15 to 30%. And that's over 2025, which was already down. If you go
Tough
back and
year.
watch our podcast from last year, we're talking about how it was like 50% off the high from 2019. So we're
It
like off
has,
the
yeah.
off the off. We're not just off, we're off the off the off.
So what's that tell you? That means
This is
sellers
not
are
good.
prepared to sell, man. Sellers are motivated to sell. It's a home run.
Well, let's talk about
Yeah.
what's the problem? Why is it that people are not buying and selling houses?
In my opinion, I think it's threefold. Number one, honestly, weather. Let's face it. January is always a tough time, and we've had some relatively cold, snowy weather, and people put things off. So I
Those are
think that's been
settlements. So
playing.
they would have gone under contract in December, potentially
January.
November.
I got people under contract in January that settle in
Like
January, man.
maybe
Come on now.
5% of them closed in the same month, but the large majority went under contract in December, which was
Mhm.
unseasonably cold. But are you going to say that the coldness has caused the market to go down that much? Is that your primary
No. I,
conclusion?
I think there's three things happening. I think people have a lot of uncertainty about the market. They're holding back before they make a commitment. That's number one. Number two, there is some economic, challenges in the marketplace, especially after going through that furlough that we went through in October, November. I think that had some detrimental impact on people, making people, rethink, second guess where they're going, what they're going to do, and then lastly, honestly, I think weather did play a part. I mean, you're thinking it didn't, but I think it does.
So
It's always major. Yep.
psychology, and then weather.
I think those two factors had to play in it. But you have to understand, yes, we were down in certain marketplaces a certain percentage, but we
Certain,
also
Tim,
were
all of them,
up.
literally,
Okay.
like all of them.
I know, but we were also up in a lot
We
of
were
areas.
up in like counties that we don't even Kent County. I couldn't even put a dart on that Kent
That's
County.
across the bridge,
so
dude. You
yeah,
know where
but I'm
that
just
is.
saying.
That's
I
Eastern
get it. I
Shore.
get it. But you and I don't do business too much over there. Like our primary market
Yeah.
is PG, Anne Arundel, South,
It
Southern
is.
Maryland.
It is.
Right?
It is. But looking at things, Brian, I want you to look at it from the perspective people still did buy. And I think those people that bought got good deals in the marketplaces. The houses that are selling are in
Let's stay
good
on the subject
condition.
though. We want to
Yeah.
talk about what's going on.
I think we've
Let's
seen
not
it.
paint the picture of like, hey, you need to go buy a house, but let's just discuss why
Right.
this is happening.
I think honestly, I think it's happening specifically because people had a general mistrust of what was happening in the marketplace, and they just really did not know where things are headed, and they're concerned, rightfully so, and they wanted to know, was the federal government going to go, have another furlough, right?
Mhm.
We're going to pass the budget for the remaining part of the year, so I think that was a major impact.
So the next logical question is: has anybody changed their mind? Do they still feel that way? Is the conditions that caused the market to go down, are they going to show up again in February? They're going to show up in March, April, May,
So-
June. Anybody getting ready to sell their house are probably
Yep.
watching this.
I'm going to reverse things in two ways. Okay. Way number one
I
is
appreciate it, Tim, because I need you to give me some more.
I'm going to tell you, I had an
Reverse it.
unprecedented number of credit pools. You know what a credit pool is, right? People interested in buying a house, they're calling saying, hey, I'm ready to buy. I'd like to get started. Let me go and be prepared to be able to buy this spring. So my credit pools were double what I did last year.
Okay.
So that means people preparing ahead of time to buy. That's number one.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, how
Sure.
was December? Do you keep track?
December's actually were really good as well, to be quite honest with you.
And
But
yet it didn't produce
but here's the
buyers.
key: if these are people preparing to buy in the spring.
Okay.
They don't always equate to people actually buying in January or February.
Okay.
Those are tough months, regardless of what the marketplace we're in.
But that's what I'm saying. Like tough, and then have it be down 35% on top of tough is like tough.
Yeah, except for I think we're going to see an unprecedented number of new listings coming on the marketplaces, right? A lot of listings
Tim,
coming on the market.
You're saying this whole shit was getting turned around.
I believe that, Brian. I mean, you don't believe that, but yeah.
What are you basing that on?
I'm basing it on the number of credit pools, number one.
Okay.
That's number one. Okay. That's huge. Okay. All number right. Two, more importantly, people that are actually sitting down and we're having financial consultations, as in, where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? Yeah. How do we make the house more affordable?
So you've had more face-to-face meetings and more credit pools. So that's an indication of activity.
We had a first-time home buyer meeting, and I thought it was amazing as hell. February 7th over here in Waldorf. Okay. And I'm thinking, I might get 4, maybe 6 people. 28 people present, includes their kids, whatever, right? And then we had basically another 60 online. And this was not just first-time home buyers and resale. People wanting to know, what do I need to do to prepare to sell my house? What should be my expectations? How do I get my house ready to sell? What's my buying power going to be afterwards? How do I buy a house without being contingent? So a lot of really good feedback, Brian. I mean, it's pretty amazing. It really is. So I will tell you, looking at the marketplace, I think 26 is going to be just another solid year. I think it's going to beat 25, 20% at least, given where the interest rates are starting to head, man. Interest rates are coming down.
To make up, Tim, because you're getting off to a slow start.
It's okay, Brian. I never worry about things, man. It does, because does worry set? Okay, I think in the Bible it says something about worry doesn't save a single hair in your head. Dude, I don't got many as it is, right? So I'm not going to worry.
All right. So my take is similar. I'm gonna say, obviously, it's psychology. It's the mindset. Like what is actually in the thoughts and minds of buyers and sellers. I don't think it's sellers so much because I think inventory is going up.
I think it's tremendously.
I think buyers are having a hard time making the decision. There's been an enormous amount of chatter over the past couple of years about when the crash is going to come, when the rates are going to come back. And, you and I have been saying this the whole time since literally day one. It's not going to change. It's not going to get significantly different. And I think the people are just starting to sort of settle into the idea that this is reality. I mean, I literally was at an appointment a couple hours ago, and he said, well, should I sell my house now or wait 5 years and see how much it goes up? And I said, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't see anything coming that is going to significantly change anything. It seems like we're in a slow, frustrating sludge of a market, and it was caused by 5 years of 3% interest rates where everybody locked into those rates and set expectations accordingly, and then house prices went up through the roof. So I think what needs to happen is house prices are going to, and the business is going to stagnate as it has been for the past 2 years, now in the third year. Meanwhile, incomes are coming up a little bit.
Well, and I think, Brian, you got to keep in mind the 6 Ds, right? I mean, let's face it, that's also another impact. I mean, the average age of a homeowner is 60.
Now,
first-time home buyer is 40.
38,
right? 38. Okay, so think about it. So what are the 6 Ds? It's diamonds, it's people getting engaged.
But all of those
can't hold that back up, right?
All of those things you're going to describe equally impacted people across time at the same level. Like there's no flurry of divorces, of deaths. Like there's nothing happening that's going to change it. So on a percentage basis, the same amount of people are going to do the 6 Ds now as they did last year, as the year before, but yet less people are buying. So there's something different.
Well, and I think Yeah, I think what's something different is we're going to see interest rates come down. And as interest rates come down, people's buying power is going to go up. They're going to feel better about it. They're going to want to take advantage of the marketplace. More inventory is going to come on the market, which I think is phenomenal. Every agent I talk to says
No,
they
I
have
get it.
pent
It's
up
going to be
listings.
great. I get it, but we're still discussing what's going
Yeah.
on. So here's what I've seen a little bit. I've made a lot of calls in the past 2 weeks to some
Okay.
people who told me they were waiting for rates to come down. And as you know, a couple of days ago, we were like, hey, rates are at a 3-year low. Some
Yep.
people are getting locked in the
Absolutely right.
mid fives. Are you interested in coming
Mhm,
back?
mhm, mhm.
And what I heard was nobody
What'd you
called
hear?
me back. Nobody called me back.
Well, I think
I don't
I
think
think, yeah.
5.5 was the magic ticket. I think that was
No.
just an excuse for people that
Correct.
they
Correct.
sort of like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to buy a house, and they looked under the hood and they were like, nope. And
I think
they're
that's,
still
but I
gonna be
think
on the
that's
sideline.
now. I will say that here's the other side of the coin. This is why I love snow. When it snows, what are people doing? Right here, they're scrolling and they're looking. Okay.
Okay.
And so I got a number of people calling me saying, hey, what's the payment going to look like on this? How can I get my payment lower on this? What do I need to be prepared to buy? That to me is the indication we're going to have a really good spring market. I really believe that, Brian. And we got the new Fed chairman coming on board, right? In the 1st of May. His whole focus is, you know what? Let's bring on the whole administration's focus is to reboot, re-stimulate the housing marketplace to make homes more affordable for the average American consumer. That's a home run, man. I don't know what else you
I'm
can
going to
do about
concede
that.
that to you. I'm going to say this. A lot of what's going on does have to do with politics.
It does.
And it has to do with income, and it has to do with just the raw numbers. And I think that because, for whatever reason, now recently, this topic has come up, and the term housing crisis and national housing emergency have been thrown around in the administration.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever that turns into, we don't know yet, but it seems like there's going to be effort put into doing something. We don't know exactly. We've had, a couple of podcasts talking about some of the proposals that have come out. It seems like thus far, the 5 things they put out, none of them had a significant implication, except the one where they were going to buy the mortgage-backed securities, which brought the rates down. And then the other one that we didn't bring up, which is new news, is they're getting rid of the Fed chair and bringing another one who has a different mindset, a different
perspective. Correct. And he recognizes the need, even if it's just informational for informational purposes, that they're going to lower the rates. That's an indication. Guess what? It happens. They lower the rates. And a lot of people are buying, mortgage-backed securities now because they're afraid that what's going to be available in 3 months is going to be a lot lower. They rather lock in the interest rates. As that happens, interest rates are trickling down. So, Brian, again, and I'm getting a number of people calling about refinancing.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to refinance, looking to lower the payments, looking to take cash out, looking to buy investment properties, looking at rental properties. I mean, so
yesterday.
Yeah. So what does that tell you? 26 is going to be a good year, man. I'm excited about it. I'm serious.
All right. If you were talking to a home seller today and you were to say, hey, here's what's coming up, would you give them, based on the fact that it seems like there are fewer buyers in the market, how would you prepare them for the sale of their house?
Sure. I would do 3 things. Number 1, I would definitely bring in a real estate professional, come on out to the house, see what needs to be done. What do we need to declutter? Do we need to stage the house?
How aggressive are they going to have to get? Like on a normal market versus today versus whatever, how aggressive do they need to be?
If your house pops, you're going to get top dollar, guys. That's all there is to it, man. If your house looks like shit, you're going to get low bottom dollar. That's the whole idea.
Those are generic statements, but I'm just asking,
but it's the truth,
how
right?
aggressive? How aggressive? Like, do you need to be overly aggressive with the pricing and the condition of the house?
No, but I think you need to market it right. People are under the understanding that I could just go to the top dog and raise the price and make it $699.9, even though the most recent sale was $679.9. You and I both know
I'm the real.
They got to be realistic.
Let me answer the question, man.
All right, go ahead, man.
I'm going to say that if a normal market is a 5 and everything was normal, then you need to be at a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
To
that's
pull
reasonable.
off a top dollar, and in some cases a 9 or a 10 if you have significant challenges or you're trying to press the price really far. I think that because there are more houses on the market, like I'm getting ready to list a house, pictures are back. We're doing some last minute repairs. We got a pre-home inspection done.
Right.
There are a number of houses in the 300s in the Ranch Club right now. Like, I mean, there was probably,
Huge.
I want to say 30 or 40.
Right.
And that's not something we've seen in the past. You know, in the past, we would have these conversations. We'd say, hey, there's only 10 houses for sale. Now there's 30 or 40 houses for sale. You need to be much more aggressive with how you're setting yourself apart. So I'm going to emphasize the way that the house looks and how to set it apart in order to be able to grab attention, because you now need to grab higher levels of attention.
Right.
The attractiveness of your property needs to be much higher. And I think the pricing needs to be realistic. I don't think you need to give your house away. Everybody has, well, I'm going to give my house away. No. If you are giving your house away, please. I have 3 daughters, and 2 of them are going to need a house. I'd love to have one.
But let's do this, Brian. Why don't we advertise a 4.99% interest rate? Why doesn't the seller commit to paying 4 points to buy the rate down, to offer some huge stimulus? Like, hey, you know what? You can get this interest rate on this house on an FHA or a VA.
An average
loan,
sale of mine is like 650,000. 4 points is a little bit of coin.
It's 4%. But do you want a house price of 600,000, or do you want to sell the house for 575? 4% is $24,000. Hey, you know what? Bump up the price. Offer the incentive.
I have a hard enough time getting them to do their countertops and get the new floors. Like, coming in and asking for 25 grand is a little hard. It's not impossible, and it's not unreasonable.
I think most sellers are paying closing help, though.
Yeah, that's coming back.
So if that's the case, and then if they're going to pay 3 or 4, increase the price 1% and go 4%, dude. Yeah. If you offered me a 4.99 rate, dude, I'm really going to think twice about that house. It's going to be just about every other house out there. It's going to make that house more affordable, right? Is that and I'd use a USDA loan or an FHA loan or a VA loan or a down payment assistance. There is opportunity out there. I believe this is going to be one of the best times.
Describing a scenario where you need to dig deep and get creative in order to pull this off. You have to be willing to pay closing costs and/or buy the rate down in order to attract a buyer. These are things that are not normal in a normal market. So,
but are we in a normal market?
What we're describing is you have to be much more aggressive in 2026 than you did in previous years to get your home sold for top dollar. I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to get from.
That's pre-COVID. In 2018, 2019, dude, you had to be creative. You had to give these kind of opportunities. I think we're getting back to, a normal market. Buyers want to buy, sellers want to sell. We come to some kind of negotiations.
We're not selling houses in a normal rate, so we're not quite yet in a normal
market. Not there, but I think that's where we're headed, man. I think 26 is going to be a great year. And I think for a seller, I think if you're realistic, you present your house well, you want top dollar, you can make it happen. And I think as a buyer, you can negotiate the closing assistance, you can negotiate repairs, you can negotiate certain items that are specifically needs and wants for you. I think it's a win-win, man. I really do. And I think this is going to be a great year to buy.
I agree. If I had a child of mine buying a house, I would tell them next year will not be better.
No.
In fact, because of the high inventory, you might be able to get a better deal than you would in another year.
Exactly. So 26, great time to buy. And if I'm going to buy, I'm looking to buy May, June, July, April. Honestly, if I'm looking to sell, I'm looking to sell March, April, May, June. I think it's going to be a great time to sell, great time to buy, man. So yeah, I'm excited as hell. I got a cot in my place now, man. I'm going to be camping out here. I'll be ready. I got my Coleman stove on. I got coffee to be made. Dude, I'm ready, man. This is going to be the year. I'm serious.
All right. So the big question that everybody always has, and we're going to finish off with this. And this is the question that you probably get. I know I get all the time.
Sure.
Is there anything coming up as a buyer that is going to represent some sort of a significant change that's going to allow me to get a great deal coming up in the future? We're talking 6 months, 2 years, 5 years. Is there anything that's going to bring things back to what most people would consider an affordable level?
So I think there's a couple of things that are going to happen. They're playing along with the lines of taking out the capital gain requirement on the sale of a house or resale. Remember, there's that limit. So I think you're going to see a lot of older individuals who are looking to look around and say, you know what, I got a 2.5% interest rate. I was going to wait, but now I can go ahead and sell my house, take all of the proceeds as profit, not pay any taxes. That'd be a home run. And that is being discussed right now as we speak. Okay. That happened.
And can you just provide a little clarity? Are you talking about they're going to start increasing the capital gains or
decreasing?
So right now they allow what, $250 for an individual, $500 for a married couple.
And that's the profit.
On the house, you don't have
Correct.
to pay any capital gains.
Right.
Primary residence only.
Correct.
It's federal taxes, not state. And they're going to increase it to what, like $5 and $1 million, something maybe?
They're talking about doubling it, man. And if they did that, Brian, how much more inventory will we have? People will be looking around saying, yeah, I got a 2.5 rate, but you know what? I'm going to walk away with more cash in my pocket.
Okay, so that will have a minimal
significant impact.
I
Significant
want to use the word minimal. You can use
significant.
Is there anything else? So I think the bigger question is there a crash coming? Is there 4% rates coming?
No.
Is there a bunch of foreclosures coming?
Nope.
Is there a bunch of new construction houses coming?
Nope. So I
so that's a no, and what was
no. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great market. Yeah.
So hold on, we're just staying on subject. What you're saying is there's nothing coming up that is going to significantly make buying a house more affordable than it is today.
Nope.
It is what it is.
It is what it is because it's hard to change a ship that's currently, in the ocean. It's hard to change course, Brian. And so, you know what? And with that being the case, I think we'll see a lot more people buying houses with 100% financing. They're going to use their money instead of paying down on a house. They're going to take that $20,000 or $30,000. They're going to pay off that car loan. They're going to be more affordable. They're going to have reserves. It's going to be a home run. It makes a lot of sense. They're going to buy a house with down payment assistance, closing help. Brian, this is going to be a great year, man. You know what I mean? I am serious. I'm fired up for it. I'm ready to roll.
All right, good. All right, Tim. Well, I think we covered all the bases, man.
All right, brother. You have a great day, man. See you soon. Bye.